Hi everybody, I hope you're well. I just wanted to do a super quick video really on coping with cancer. It's something that it's taken some time to get used to of basically how to manage your life with it and going through all your intense stuff like the medication, overload and like the chemotherapy and all of that, and also the days when you're not having all of that happen to you, and it's just how do you deal with everything. So I just thought I'd do a quick video about ways that I've found along my journey. I'm on round 2 now, so I've done round 1, and you just learn each day and each hour, and that's the first piece of advice that I could give. Um, I am totally one for planning, and I love planning my whole year, and this is the one year when I had everything planned, and I'd booked all my holidays last year. I'd used all my holiday days up from holiday, from work, and then I had to cancel them all. So I love planning, and I still do that now as much as I can, but I just don't overdo it. So one of my methods of coping is to take each day, but literally now each hour at a time, and just living in the present. So I keep asking my body every hour, like, how am I feeling? And sometimes it's like, oh my god, I feel exhausted, and I didn't think that because I didn't sit down with myself and ask myself that. I think anyone going through, not even going through cancer, it's quite a cool thing to do, because it's just becoming in tune with yourself and finding out what you need to be the best that you can be and feel the best that you could be. So that's definitely one of the tips. Take each hour by hour, because sometimes you can have peaks and sometimes you have good days and then sometimes they're bad. So if you just take each hour by hour, it takes away all that stress of, oh my gosh, I've got chemo next week. Or for me, one of my biggest things on my mind is I have my PET scan in 2 weeks time to see if my cancer's gone, and it's very easy for me to get a little bit wrapped up in that and think, oh my god, like, if it has gone, I finish my chemo end of July and I'm done. If it hasn't gone, I have 4 more rounds and I finish late August. So it's not the end of the world, but obviously I've got some like plans that I would like to do and that I may not be able to do if it hasn't gone. So I've just learned to stop, sit back and accept it for what it is, and take each hour by hour. And honestly, that way you just don't feel very stressed because you've got nothing to stress about, which is lovely. Second thing is keeping a daily journal. I literally write 3-4 bullet points each day from when I started, well, when I was diagnosed really, to when I've started chemo. Everyone reacts to chemo differently. It's completely an individual personal thing. But I keep a little thing in my iPhone notes, and I just do a little daily diary of, this is how I felt today, I had a good day today, I had a bad day today, I was in hospital on this day, and it just helps me manage and get an idea of when my good days are and when my bad days are, so you can kind of get to grips with it and reflect. That's another good tip that I found. What else do I do? Meditation is a massive thing that I've always done sleep meditation because I've always kind of had a little struggle with that, but meditating when in the daytime and stuff is actually like become quite a big part of my life, and it's just like a 30-minute one, and I've got a really amazing link. I'll ask the lady who shared it with me if I can share it with you guys, because it helps me so much. And it's all about becoming in tune with yourself and how you're feeling and managing your breathing. And managing your breathing has such an important impact. Like I kind of stop and meditate mid chemo, so I'll be plugged up to the chemo drip and I'll be like, ah, it's quite overwhelming, and I'll just stop and I just take an inhale for like 4 seconds, hold it for 4, and then exhale but slower. And I swear to God, like, you do that 3 times and you're zen. So even if it's just that tip, I'd recommend meditating, because again, it's all about becoming in tune with your mind and your body and how you're feeling, and it really helps me. So yeah, it's my piece of advice. What else? I keep a medicine pot planner. So when you go through chemo, I'm sure people who are going through it know that you get like overdosed with medication to take, and it is very overwhelming. But I now think I'm in a good place to manage it. So I have a pill box basically, and it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to Sunday, and it's AM, noon, and PM. And yeah, you sit with the nurses. I sit with them. I ask what it is. I've written down what each tablet is for, and then I have about 10 to 15 pills to take in the morning. One to take at lunch at the moment, which is just an antibiotic, and two for the evening. I have 3 or 4. So yeah, I fully feel in control of that now, and it can be so daunting at first, but once you do it, I swear it gets easier. So pillbox is cool for organisation with your meds. And like finally, I think one of the most important things to manage cancer is to keep in contact with your friends and make a conscious effort to. So sometimes it's so easy when you're going through cancer to feel like hibernating. This is my little hibernation den, my sofa. But yeah, it's so easy to just feel like you want to shut off from the world, and you just want to sleep and nap, and because you are more tired when you have chemo and cancer, like it's inevitable. You have, you know, your intense chemo, and then you just want to sleep and nap, and that's absolutely fine, and do that because that's your body telling you need to. But when you do feel like that, I still recommend going for a walk and getting some fresh air, and just keeping in contact with those friends that were there before you had cancer, because the one thing that you don't want to do when you have cancer is to lose your identity, and you don't want to be known for Lauren with cancer. Well, I don't. I want to be known for Lauren, because I'm not planning for this to stay in me at all. So I think keeping that in the front of your mind, that you are still you still have your individuality, and you're still the person that you were before you had cancer, and it's just there temporary, is super important to basically keep in contact with your friends. When you have your good days, meet up with them, because I tell you what, like if you've got friends who are anything like positive and uplifting and inspiring, and I'm quite blessed to have such an amazing circle of like incredible people that inspire me on a daily basis. When you meet up with them, you have this energy that they give you, and it's like, keep going, you're super strong, you can get through it, and it just gives you this buzz that just like stays with you. So keep in contact with them, whether it's a text to say, hey, how are you, if they've not texted you already, or like a little voice note, just to keep in contact and keep that normality, because that's so important, to not lose that and shut off from the world. Because when you do, you know, finish your treatment and stuff, you want it to be the most smoothest transition into getting back into normality, and I think if you shut off from the world, it's a lot harder, and you feel like you've lost part of yourself, and that's one thing that I don't want to do. So I definitely say that that's one way of managing. And yeah, and I think that's pretty much it, to be fair, guys. It's quite a quick one, but I just thought about it this morning, and like, yeah, it's one of those things that's super important, because it is quite overwhelming and daunting, and it can be quite, you know, takes you back a little bit, in terms of like living your life, and you know, you make plans and you can't do it because you've been admitted to hospital for an infection and stuff. But if you just manage these tiny little things on a daily basis, like manage your breathing and keeping in contact with people that love you and want the best for you, I swear to God, like for me, it keeps me going. And also connecting with people on social media has helped me as well, who are going through similar things, because I can go to them for advice, because you've got your nurses and your doctors, but they don't have time for that. Whereas when you connect with real people, they want to. Everyone wants to help each other get through it, and everyone's got this like strength to say you can. So connecting with people is really good. But yeah, thank you to everybody who's supported me, who sends me love, and I love waking up to your messages, and helping people going through similar things, whether it's shaving your head or, you know, like, I don't know, just like a little pick me up message. I love doing it, so thank you for all your support and love, and let's kick cancer's ass, hey? Anyone who's got any questions on, you know, this or anything else to do with that, or even if you haven't got cancer and you're just feeling rubbish and you just want, I don't know, someone to talk to, I'm here. I have a lot of time, I'm not working, and I'm more than happy to help. So yeah, love you all lots, have a lovely weekend, and I will speak to you soon.